holidays can be an incredibly stressful time for anyone, but imagine being separated from your loved ones, serving in a war zone, or just returning home from one and dealing with all that stress. Tom Tarantino is a former Army captain, Bronze Star winner, and spokesman for the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. He joins us now to talk about what we can do to help through the holidays. Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you, Shannon.
All right, first of all, best advice if someone has a loved one serving overseas, if they're in our community or neighborhood, what can we do to help them out?
Well, send them a gift package. Send them something to let them know that people are thinking about them, that they have their support, that their loved ones back home are thinking of them through the holidays. It was weird. When I was in Iraq, I had no idea it was Thanksgiving. I mean, I was out on patrol. I was running around, the cities. I was on an OP for half the day. The only way I knew it was Thanksgiving is I came home, or I came back to my chow hall, and there was a lot of pie. There was just this abundance of pie, and I couldn't figure out why until I realized, oh my God, it's Thanksgiving. So when you're over there, you're focused. You're focused on your mission. You're focused on what you got to do. Knowing that people back home love you and are supporting you is important, but you have that community. I know for at least my family, it was hardest on my mother. It was hardest on my family, who was back home celebrating Thanksgiving and worried.
Yeah, and someone's missing. Is it, the best idea maybe to invite those families to share the holidays with your family, or do military families kind of stick together, have their own ways of coping through the holidays?
There's no one answer, but I think one thing universally that you can do is understand that this is not a problem that is confined totally to the military community, because the military community doesn't live in one town. We don't live in one place. We're everywhere. There are military families all over, especially within the National Guard and the Reserves, where you might be the only military family in your town. So it is important to, understand what they're going through, and it's important to create a community so they can reconnect with other military families and with other veterans when they get home. That's something that IAVA is doing with our community of veterans, so that veterans can connect with each other. And with the Rucksack, where we're bringing military families together with events locally across the nation.
And we were talking about active duty, but you mentioned veterans as well. Some of them are, back and they're having hard times this holiday. It's not easy to reintegrate. What can be done for them? Yeah,
well, the biggest thing that we can do is really let them know that there's a community out there. There's only 2 million of us out there who have served in Iraq or Afghanistan, and that's a very comparatively small number. And sometimes you feel like you're alone. I mentioned earlier how you might be the only military family in your town. You could be the only veteran in your town, or the only veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan in your town, and you don't know where all your buddies are anymore. You go from living in a small room with 30 other guys to being at home and no one understands what you're going through. So things like community of veterans, things like your local veterans organizations can help bring back that community and get you back in and integrate you back into society.
All right. Tom Tarantino, thank you for your service and all that you're doing for our vets now as well.
Thank you.
Good to see you.